Good afternoon, Robin. How are you doing, mate?
Tip top, big guy. Tip top. Sun shining. Plenty of work to get on with.
It is.
Yeah. Don't know about the old COVID-19 situation. It's a bit up and down in that. The area I'm in, not too bad, but there's a few hot spots out there. You got to watch where you go.
Yeah. And we've got to say, 17 days. What's your prediction? 17 days time.
Listen, right. 17 days. Old COVID-19's no packing his bags and just disappearing up the mountain range, is he? No. It's going to be here, but let's just hope we can go down to the lowest restrictions we can. It's not going to be gone. You still might have to social distance. There might be mask wearing, but swimming pools will still be open. Yeah. You might need to still book, but we'll be a lot better off this time this year than we were this time last year. That's the way I'm looking at it. So it's far better than it was. Listen, if we need to wait another 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks to get to completely free of restrictions, let's just go with that, So long as they don't close and go down to another lockdown, I'm happy. Yeah.
I'm definitely with you on that one. As long as we can get sort of back to normality. So, busy than ever, I suppose. Just now, I am certainly. I don't know about you.
Listen, it's been a while for the podcast. The last one was the COVID-19 revelation about chlorine killing COVID-19 in swimming pools. That was probably the last time that you and I had an opportunity to get down and have a chat. Work is through the roof. Busier than ever. Struggling to get through it all. To be honest, diary is rammed. So apologies to my clients who are waiting for me to reply to emails and even just a lot of messages because I'm struggling to get back to people, but I will get through it. And listen, I'm not going to moan because this time last year we were struggling to even get out of the house. So I'm delighted to be able to go and do some work and get about the place. So yeah. It is rammed. I'm sure you're rammed as well. I've just finished crypto spiridium training and it was online. So it was all right. But I had 25 in the last one. Doing the breakout rooms and Zoom was a killer. I was just giving it the old, right, go down to the chat function, press the button, and then send me your answers. Oh, jeez. Oh, my head was bursting. I needed to go for a lie down after that. It was only 4 hours worth of work. But it was tough going. So there's still that element of online delivery, but 90% of my work is now face-to-face, so I can't complain. What about yourself, Ian? Where are you heading to this week?
Funnily enough, I've done 4 hours, but face-to-face today for Legionella training. So so that was this morning. Tomorrow, Ponsford and Sheffield for some consultancy work. So I'm getting to play with chlorine gas, which, do you know what, Robin? It's the second time this year I've been playing around with chlorine gas. So how rare is that? You barely ever see it in a whole year, and then it's twice already, and we're only halfway through the year. So I'm pretty pleased with that because I do like to play around with chlorine gas.
Oh, hey, listen, chlorine gas. There's only one swimming pool in my area that I cover most of the time between Darlington and Shetland, and that's Banff. That Banff swimming pool has chlorine gas in it. It's the only time that I'm scared when I walk into a plant. You see those yellow cylinders, it's like, oof, the wee chill goes down the spine, and I'm like, why do they still use chlorine gas up in Banff? But it's a wee bit dodgy up there. It's a high 6 and it's bandit country up there, and your aunties, your sister and all that. So it's no surprise they're still in the chlorine gas up there, So yeah, I tell you what, the water is phenomenal. Yeah. Absolutely phenomenal. But it's really soft water up there, so chlorine gas isn't really suitable. But listen, the water is tremendous, but just take care when you're in the plant room.
Yeah, funny enough, Sheffield's similar, really soft water, so it'll be an interesting one tomorrow. But and then I'm back at it's like an interactive splash pad thing on Thursday, so it's somewhere I go every year for the sort of the park guys to learn how to do a bit of pool testing. It's a little basic system, you backwash it and stuff, but it's quite a nice little system. And then I've got a long weekend, so I'm looking forward to it. So.
Nice one. It's nice. The two of us are going to be working in 50-metre pools this week because I start day one of a 3-day course tomorrow at the Olympia in Dundee. So looking forward to that. 50-metre pool. You're at 50-metre pool tomorrow at Ponsford. So it's nice to see the big boys getting the big boys in to do the work. Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. So we've had a busy week this week, though, to start the week, sort of finishing off our little project.
Absolutely. We've got a cracking wee announcement to make to the world and all and sundry and the swimming pool industry. We have been busy beavers behind the scene. And this is a culmination of quite a lot of time, isn't it? We've been working on this project for a wee while. It's the old lockdown brains coming into action and starting things when you've got too much time in your hands, and now things are coming to fruition. It's just getting the time to finish everything off, but very, very pleased at what we've managed to create and achieve over the last 6 months or so. So yeah, very excited. So can't wait for the listeners and the viewers to get a wee opportunity to go onto this website and have a look at some of what we've got to offer.
Julian, so for some of you, you might remember me and Robin released a trailer. I think it was a couple of months ago now for a domestic swimming pool and spa course, and sort of give you some highlights and some brief slides actually of what we were doing. Unfortunately, we were let down by an IT company to sort of put this online and put it onto a website. So I've been quite fortunate that I've got a very good friend who's a bit of a whiz on internet and websites and actually creating training e-platforms for training. So fortunately, through lockdown, he actually taught me to try and do it, and then I had to teach Robin how to do it. And we've been creating websites and creating e-platforms for training. So me and Robin, with I've got to say, some particularly a lot of help from my friend Stuart, who's always been at the end of the phone, has been an absolute diamond and done the whole thing free of charge for us as well, hasn't he?
We owe the big man big time, don't we? We owe him, absolutely, especially when he's been having to try and train us two numpties and stuff that we're just not comfortable with. You know, I mean, we're normally the deliverers. Trying to soak up information and learn new stuff is, you know, we're normally on the other side of the coin. But I tell you what, he's done us a big favour. It's strange how things work out, Ian. We could have spent thousands of pounds on what would have been creating platforms and websites and all that. And in fact, that was suggested by a couple of companies. Oh, this is a big job. Oh, I don't know how you're going to manage to keep it secure and you know, and all this sort of jazz. And then your mate came up and says, that's a piece of piss. That's easy.
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you how to do that. Wow, big man, you're there. Well done, Stuart. Superb.
Yeah, no, he was. And I think we spent £100. That was it. £100 just for the license. And that was it. We previously quoted thousands and spent £100. And to be fair as well, Robin, it's probably the best option because me and you can just go in and change it whenever we want, add to it, take away from it, you know, improve it, whatever, alter it, add new courses. So, it's probably the best thing, actually, rather than asking someone to put bits of content onto it, which, you know, we're having to write the content and then find it's not being put on the way we want it to be on. So, so the domestic swimming pool and spa course is up, it's live, but we just haven't told anyone on the website yet. That's the key.
And it's not 200 quid.
No, it's not
100 quid. It's not 50 quid. It's the price of a Chinese carryout.
Now, down your way, that's a Chinese carryout, not up here. It's not down here, it's not.
20 quid gets you a full online domestic pool and spa course. I think it probably take you about 3 hours to do. Would you say, Ian? Roughly speaking?
About 3 hours, depending on which method you try to choose and do it, and you can pick it up and leave it off, and you have got access to it once you're done, so you can actually go back and have a look at it, ask questions, and it is the start. And I believe it's probably one of the first commercial domestic courses in the country aimed at sort of the domestic user. So hopefully after today we'll start putting these on the social media platforms and let people come and have a look and let us know what they think and see if it's any good to them.
Even for someone that's got a hot tub and just a daft question like how often should I empty my hot tub, or what should I put in it? That's the sort of stuff, there's loads of information like that. Also, even if it's just someone that wants to do a bit of learning, there's someone that works in swimming pools and local authority pools are thinking, do you know what? I'll just go on and I've got a spare evening tonight. I fancy going on. I'll go through that. I'll learn. I'll have a wee look and see what the domestic swimming pool side of it's all about. For the cost for 20 quid. I believe in Scotland that would be probably 6 or 7 pints. Down in your neck of the woods, you'll be lucky if that's 3 pints.
It is about 3.
Yeah, so we're not doing it to rip people off. We're doing it to add something to the industry. And if we can make a wee bit of pocket money out of it to help fund these podcasts, then that would be great.
No, it'd be fantastic for us to be able to do that. But I think the other giveaway is the web address, isn't it? To be honest.
Yeah. I wonder if they can pool and spa. I wonder if they can figure it out. I don't even know where we are in the old Google Word ads and all that sort of jazz. But
no, I don't.
If people were to put in pool and spa awards into Google, you might find something.
Yeah. So we've taken up the mantle of poolandspa-awards.com, where everything's sort of on there, and we've started to build the website a little bit better as well. So there's a little bit about me and Robin. Mine isn't quite finished yet, but certainly a little bit about Robin. And the other thing is we put a few useful links on there, and we're hoping to just build on it and put more ideas. And there's links to these podcasts as well, and to the latest episodes, and as well as the Facebook group Swimming Pool Network, which, Robin, this month is a year old.
That's mental, isn't it? And how many people? Tell everyone how many people are on it now, Ian.
We broke over 1,600 about 2 weeks ago. So generally we have maybe anything between 5 to 10 new members a day, to be fair. And so we passed 1,600 about 2 weeks ago. So it's probably sitting about 1,650 just now, sort of approaching quite the dizzy heights, to be fair. And that all sort of spawned off sort of coronavirus and lockdown ideas. So I think it's been found useful. There's loads of people on there. Quite a few commercial companies are on there now as well, because a lot of people look for work and look for, different things, from pool vacs to testing kits to, various different things, where hopefully we can help them all out.
Absolutely. And on the poolandspa-awards.com, you can access the podcast and the Facebook page directly from the website as well. So we're trying to link everything up. And if anyone has a particular topic that they think we should include as a wee training course, for example, I've just done over the last 4 days, Thursday, Friday and Monday, Tuesday, for a client, I've delivered a 4-hour training course online for cryptosporidiosis, going into quite in depth, because this is the second time in 3 years that this particular leisure provider have wanted this delivered. So I've gone into a lot of depth in terms of coagulation, injection, dosing rates, how to calculate filtration rates, all that sort of stuff, which is important for being able to combat against cryptosporidium. So we're thinking about maybe putting something like that on as a wee course. If anyone's got a particular subject matter that they think a wee kind of 3 or 4 hour training course would be useful for, drop us a line, contact us, and we'll do our best to have a wee look at it and consider putting something up.
Yeah, we've got lots of small online courses. Well, not online courses, what would have been face-to-face courses originally, that are kind of set on our laptops, and every once in a while we regurgitate them for different deliveries. And we've probably got in the region of 10 to 20 between us, Robin, I would have thought. And we're not too sure which is the next one to try and put on there, which people might find useful, to sort of expand their knowledge, anything they might want to sort of learn a bit more about. And it's just sort of in its infancy, really, I would have said.
Absolutely. I don't think there's anyone in the industry that offers these wee kind of 2, 3, 4 hour courses to help expand your knowledge, CPD. There is obviously the revalidation or refresher or update courses for the pool plant, but that's for compliance. This is more for to help upskill, to help provide knowledge, and to help improve you as a person that's in the industry. We have possibly we're maybe 75 to 80% the way through another course, which is all about suction entrapment. And that might be of interest to possibly engineers or duty managers or managers of centres. Just never know. I think this is something that the market might latch onto.
Potentially. I've just
realised. There you go.
As well. So they hopefully should be able to see Pull and Spar Awards.
Wow. And we're looking to call it PASA. PASA.com. Yes. PASA Awards, yeah.
Nice. So this is PASA. And you can see just here, I'll just show some of the viewers, those of us who are watching us on YouTube. You can see Pool and Spar Awards. Pool and Spar Awards domestic swim pool course. And there it is, right there. So feel free to log on to use it. Yeah.
There you go, guys. Perfectly illustrated by Ian, so long as you're on the Swimming Pool Network YouTube page. If you're on the podcast, then when you get home tonight after driving in the car and listening to us two numpties, you can get on and see some decent substance in a swimming pool website, www.poolandspa-awards.com. Have a wee look and see what you think. Tell us whether you think it's all right, decent, good. Any feedback's welcome.
Yeah. And listen, do you know what I'm really looking forward to this year, Robin?
Holiday.
Well, I am. I've booked 5 days off in July, but I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere at this rate.
It's not looking good.
You know what? This year, obviously, a lot of stuff's back. You know, the football's back for Euros this year.
As indeed, big guy. As indeed.
Yeah. Just now, the French Open's on just now. Although there's been quite a lot of controversy with that. Wimbledon's sort of round the corner. Yeah, you know, I quite enjoy it, to be fair. You know, there's some big boxing matches proposed. Big time. But I don't know what one's going to happen after that, all the legal carry on. But probably the biggest match I've ever saw this year.
This is off the scale.
It's massive, isn't it?
Just the industry, the swimming pool industry, they won't be able to cope. Won't cope. It'll explode. Definitely.
So for some of us who are members of PUTAG, Pool Water Treatment Advisory Group, you'll know that they've looked for nominations in the last few weeks for a members representative to PUTAG Council. So I myself am standing, and Robin's also standing as well. Yeah. So it's the big one, mate. It's the Ogilvy Mitchell face-off.
It is. Somebody nominated me, someone seconded me. It was I wasn't out there soliciting, but then, you know, when I heard that Mr. Ogilvy was in, I thought, you know what, here we go. This is it. You know, let's cards on the table and all that. You know, let's go for it. No, listen, I'll either way, whoever gets in, you know, we'll be delighted for each other. But listen, there's nothing like a wee bit of competition. I like that. Albeit there are other candidates.
Yes, there are other candidates, to be fair.
Very good quality candidates. I believe I've not really heard exactly who is on the short list, but I'm sure there are upstanding members, probably far more upstanding than me anyway, but upstanding pillars of the community that are looking to get on the PUTAG Council. So that'll be interesting. I think probably over the next week there will be an email out showing who is standing, and then votes will be submitted by the PUTAG members, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, no, definitely. It'll be an interesting one in the next few weeks. We'll have to wait and see. So it might, to be fair, it might not even be me or Robin who gets in. So
absolutely,
it'll be interesting. If we don't, I tell you, we could probably get the person on this podcast, see what they're going to try and help the membership out with. That'll be an interesting one.
That would be a fantastic idea. Whoever it is, and I don't think Ian and I are 100% sure who is on the list, but whoever is on the list and gets voted in, then brilliant. We'd love to have them on.
No, definitely, it would be good. So is there anything else that we've got to cover this week? I think we're just about there.
Aye, we probably are, big guy. Just a wee short and sweet podcast to help brief the listeners, tell them our exciting news, give them the Anthony Joshua lineup for the Pewtag Council. So aye, it's been an interesting few months recently, and it's nice to be able to sit down and deliver another wee podcast and YouTube video for the listeners. Yeah, so we probably need to pencil this in a wee bit more, Ian.
I know.
Instead of waiting until we've got something juicy to announce, we probably should be keeping people up to date a wee bit more often. We will do our best to do that.
We'll line up some more esteemed guests. I think that's probably the way forward, is to line up some more guests and go from there, because we have had a few more interests as far as guests are concerned. So that would be good for us to line a few more up. But the views are still going well, Robin. We're still getting sort of between YouTube and the podcast is still probably 150 to 250 for each episode. So
brilliant. It's good stuff. The interest is there. We just need to get our fingers out and start spend a wee bit more time trying to communicate and get some celebrities on from the swimming pool industry to generate a wee bit of interest and entertain the listeners and viewers as well.
No, definitely. Well, that's enough for this episode this week, I think. So it's good. Definitely goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me, guys. Take it easy. Stay safe. Go out and enjoy the sunshine.